Hi, my name is Andrew McKenna, and this is the case study of internet use violation. Things that I do know. Roosevelt High School is in a very affluent area. It has parents that are mostly professionals, such as doctors, lawyers, financial types of people. The principal there has a very respected background, and he is highly regarded and has been nominated as the top principal in the area. Miss Walker is a second-year teacher with an extensive educational background. She has her master's plus another year of college courses. She is teaching 3 specialized science classes. She is a little older, never been married. Her classes are stressful in terms of course load, and she has a very serious teaching approach that has created a stressful environment for students. Dr. Forbes, the principal, has received a lot of complaints from parents regarding the workload and what they deem as poor instruction. The principal has also addressed techniques with her to increase positivity and reduce stress, although Ms. Walker has struggled to incorporate these techniques within her class. Ms. Walker has received an anonymous email having her go to a website. On this website, there was critical and vulgar and suggestive comments made about her personally and professionally. She felt that one of those comments was life-threatening to her and contacted Dr. Forbes. When Dr. Forbes got on and looked at the website, he didn't quite see it as life-threatening, but more as a student prank, and assured Miss Walker that he would investigate first thing in the morning and meet with her. Things I need to know. What students has Miss Walker recently had issues with? Who sent her the email? Who created the website? What the school board policy is on internet bullying. Also, what are the laws in regards to what legally is internet bullying or internet harassment, or is that a threat? Is the comment, that comment, who wants Miss Walker to disappear, really a threat legally speaking, or in regards to the school board policy? And can the district technologist really find out where the email originated from? There's 2 problems actually I see in this. First is that obviously somebody created an inappropriate website that berated Miss Walker both personally and professionally, and now she feels unsafe. The second, though, is that Miss Walker's classes are highly stressed and have very unhappy students and parents. The environment needs to change so that Miss Walker has better relationships with her students and that the students are less stressed and more successful. My plan of action. Step 1, I think it's important to meet with Ms. Walker first thing in the morning to discuss the recent issues that she has had with students. I know she named one student, Randy, that she thought was capable of doing this. I'm also going to provide her with the EAP information. That way, in case she's feeling stressed or wants to go talk with someone, that way she can handle her own stress and dealings with her frustration if she needs to seek some outside counseling or something. Step 2, meet with this student, Randy Franks, that she identified as a possibility, and other students that she has listed of having recent issues with. Step 4 is to meet with Miss Walker at another meeting. Time, I will have scheduled that during step 1. To kind of feel her out, see how she feels that things are going in her classroom, how I could be of help. I'll also discuss providing her a mentor, some additional training or observation, perhaps at that school or another school, to help her build positive teacher-student relationships and create a less stressful environment. Step 5 would be to provide her with some reading materials on how to build a positive classroom environment. Step 6, I would provide Ms. Walker with a schedule to meet with her mentor. Step 7, I would observe Miss Walker over the next several weeks. And step 8, hold follow-up meetings with her regarding those observations, how her mentoring's going, and to get an overall take on how she's feeling about her classroom or what she needs. Some strategies to implement my plan. I'm going to need to find out what the board policy is for internet bullying. I'm going to need to reach out to the school's legal or HR department or the school resource officer to determine if the comments are considered a threat or if police need notified. I'm going to need to gather district employee assistance programs, the EAP information, and have those on hand to give to Ms. Walker. Next, I am going to need to gather the literature that I would like to give to Ms. Walker on building positive classroom environments. I realize I can't make her read those, but at least by giving them to her, it gives her an opportunity to read and reflect on her classroom. Step 5 would be to identify and meet with a mentor for Ms. Walker. I would create a schedule for them to meet, and I would arrange coverage for their classrooms. That way I'm not interfering with their, by asking them, their contract, by asking them to meet before or after school or during their plan time. This way I am making it easier for them to meet. If there are nearby high schools similar to Roosevelt, I will reach out to their principals to see if they have teachers teaching similar subjects that are successful, and perhaps set up some times that Ms. Walker can go observe over there. And I'm going to obviously schedule to observe Ms. Walker over the next several weeks. I'm also going to seek out additional district training for Ms. Walker to attend, and I will schedule follow-up meetings with Ms. Walker. Resolving the issue based on promoting success for all students. I'm going to ensure student accountability for the internet. They have to be held accountable for this bullying. I want to decrease Ms. Walker's fears and her stress level by offering her the EAP as well as handling the accountability issue of the student. I want to decrease the student stress level and alleviate the negative classroom environment. I want to also decrease the parent complaints and the frustration of the parents. I would like to increase teacher, student, and parent positive relationships with Ms. Walker and develop staff collaboration between Ms. Walker and a mentor. Reflection. I take teacher harassment and threats very seriously. I felt really bad for Ms. Walker. Being publicly humiliated like that online, it was sad that she felt so unsafe that she was willing to drive 3 hours one direction to go stay at her parents' house. I can relate. I have in the past been frightened of a student, and it creates a lot of stress and anxiety, and then that in turn makes the whole room tense. I mean, all the students feel it when the teacher's stressed and anxious. The student-parent relationships are critical in education. I felt that perhaps she has not been given enough training or resources or observation or exposure to successful teachers and how to implement those types of positive relationships within her classroom. And I also felt really bad for the negative and stressful environment that the students were in. As a parent of a child who really strives to do her best in class, I can relate to the frustration when sometimes the rigor or the expectations are almost unattainable in a classroom, and it's a stressful environment, and it just makes it harder for the students and the parents. Reflection continued. Some unresolved issues. Basically, I have to resolve who is ultimately responsible for this website and email. What will the accountability and the consequences be for the student or students that created the site and the email? And also, what steps will I take if the environment in Ms. Walker's classroom does not improve? Category, let's see, component 1. I am investigating to find out who is responsible for the emails and the websites so that they can be held accountable. I am following the teacher contract by not asking them to meet off school time and arranging coverage for both the mentor and Ms. Walker to meet. And I have sought out some ways to help improve the classroom environment so that it is not a stressful environment that is detrimental to the students' learning. Component 2, I am going to thoroughly investigate who sent the email and website. I am seeking to resolve the email website issue justly by following school board policy for discipline and also checking into the legal aspects on is it something that's really deemed a threat and should police be involved. I'm also setting up ways to help Ms. Walker improve her classroom environment and not laying blame, but just providing her additional resources and training. Component 3, I am not only addressing the issue of the email website, but the classroom environment. I'm offering Ms. Walker the EAP services so that if she has some fears or stresses created by this website or even her classroom stress load, she can seek some additional outside supports. Overall well-being of staff is so important for them and for the students. If the staff is in a good mental health place, then the classroom is generally a happier place. And I'm seeking additional information to find out if this is just a school discipline issue or if it's a legal issue. The standards I chose was formulate sound school strategies to educational dilemmas. This is obviously an educational dilemma, and as a building leader, it's important that I am able to use these strategies respectfully and ethically and create action plans that will solve educational issues that arise. Also promote, model, and establish policies for safe, legal, and ethical use of digital information and technology. I'm going to have to model and establish and follow the school board policies when it comes to ethical use of technology. I also am obligated to follow state law and board policy when those ethics have been broken by students or staff. Thank you for watching.